What is going on, guys? Now, first of all, I want to thank you guys for 5,000 subscribers. I have no idea how the content that I put out is actually interesting enough to any of you to make you guys want to actually subscribe to my YouTube channel, but I gotta tell you, it is an extremely humbling feeling and I can't thank you guys enough. But without further ado, I got quite a few questions, got them here on my phone, so let's get into it. And the first question is, who is your favorite non-sneaker YouTuber? I would have to say the guys over at Retro Liberty. They go retro game hunting, and I'm pretty big into video games and things like that. And when I found their channel, they only had about 5,000 subscribers, and now they're upwards to about 1,700, and the actual production level of their videos has gotten incredible. I'll leave a link in the description down below in case some of you guys have never heard about it, in case you're interested in things like that. They're called Retro Liberty, and pretty much every single week they're putting out top quality material. LeBrons, Jordans, or Kobe's, choose one and why. I'm gonna have to definitely go with Jordans on this one, only because I don't own an Air Jordan model higher than a 13, and all the Kobe's and LeBrons that come out are performance shoes, and I don't play basketball. The sneaker that made you become a sneakerhead. It's two of them. I'm gonna have to go with the Air Max 90 Infrared or the Air Jordan True Blue 3. What are some things that I must do if I'm in Boston? Really depends on what you're into. Me personally, I'm not really the type of guy to go out partying, but if you're looking for some sweet sneaker shops to check out, definitely go to At the Buzzer in Allston. You want to check out Expressions. There is a Nike Town, but it is under construction currently, I believe. Definitely check out Orchard Skate Shop. If you're looking for some good food, you want to check out Grasshopper Asian Cuisine, Veggie Galaxy, Eagles Deli, and Spike's Junkyard Dogs. How did you prep the custom Oreo Shanghai 5s? To be 100% honest with you, all I did was take the paint off the midsole with acetone. What shoe customization / restoration were you most proud of and why? It would have to be a 2009 European True Blue 3. If I can find the actual picture of what I did, it was when I first started out, and it was the one restoration that I put together where I said to myself, I could actually do this for a living because I'm not half bad at it. If I can find the picture, like I said, I'll put it on the screen, but pretty much the shoe came out looking completely brand new, and it was the first time that I had ever seen myself do something like that in person, and I was just pretty damn stoked on it. What can you use to paint Foamposites? My 2009 eggplants are chipped and I can't find anything to match the color or the shine. To be 100% honest with you, bro, I have never painted Foamposites before. I have no experience in that whatsoever. My only advice to you can be to jump on Google or check out YouTube for any information that you can find. When I had a question that I couldn't find the answers to, I would literally just rummage the internet and try to find it, and 9 times out of 10, you will be able to find the question that you're looking for with a simple Google search. Do you smoke weed? No. Ugliest Jordan model? Definitely the 15. It's probably one of the most illogical shoes I have ever seen. What job do you have? I work for a shipping facility. I'm pretty much lifting up heavy boxes from point A and putting them to point B every single day of my life. How many sneakers do you have? Honestly, I only have about 35 pairs. What are some sneakers that you wish that they would retro? I'm honestly not too fussed on shoes retroing, but if I had to choose one out of my collection that I don't really feel comfortable wearing anymore, it would have to be the cool gray 3s. Sneakers that you personally love, but the majority of people dislike. I don't really have an answer to that. I can answer the reverse to that question. A shoe that a lot of people love that I don't like at all, and that's the shell toe Adidas. I think that those are one of the ugliest shoes that I have ever seen. When touching up a shoe, do you do the bottoms at all or not recommended? It depends. If you're going to paint them, I don't recommend it at all because as soon as your foot hits the ground, that paint is going to rub off. If you're just doing a simple cleaning, definitely go for it. How did you and your wife meet? Actually, the relationship first started off on the internet because I am from Boston and she is from Australia. We were talking and Skyping pretty much every single day of the week, and she had plans to come to America. I jokingly said, you should, pretty much change your plans and come see me. I was living in North Carolina at the time, and she did just that. She carved time out of her vacation to spend about 10 to 15 days with me, and that's really all it took, to be honest with you. It's kind of one of those things where when you know, you just kind of know, and I have not been happier since. So if you guys ever find anything out there like that, definitely grab onto it. How is the sneaker culture in Australia? Do shoes sell out in seconds like they do here in the States, and are resellers just as douchebaggy? The sneaker culture in Australia, when I first got here, like I said in previous videos, I could walk into a store and grab a pair of shoes that released 2 weeks ago, no problem, in any size. I grabbed my white cement 4s in, I want to say, March of 2012, and now pretty much every single shoe is getting hyped up. There are people literally camping out days before the release, and yes, resellers are just as douchebaggy. They don't even, some of them don't even try to sugarcoat it. There's a lot of people that are selling for friends, and you know, sometimes that's the case. I've personally sold for friends in the past, but when it's one person that does it every single time on these Facebook groups, you know it's pretty much bullshit. I'm thinking about customizing my Air Jordan 11 snakeskin low. I love the snakeskin, but I hate the color. Can I paint over it? What paint should I use, and will I ruin the shoe if I do that? I have not held that shoe in my hand yet. That shoe got delayed here in Australia, and I'm almost positive that it's not a real snakeskin, but if it's just some regular leather with the actual scales carved into it, you can definitely paint over it. Just remove the factory seal with some acetone and use Angelus paint, whatever color you want. A lot of people ask me about my paint mixes, but pretty much every single paint mix that I've figured out, Angelus has come out with already. So just check out their website, angelusdirect.com, and you will find any color that you want there. How do you restore red suede shoes? Is the Jason Mark cleaning kit enough? It honestly depends on what you're trying to do. If the actual color on the suede is fading, you're going to need a little bit more than the Jason Mark cleaning kit. You're going to have to get some actual suede dye. If the shoe is just dirty, you are going to be completely fine with the Jason Mark cleaning kit. You just want to make sure that you use little to no water at all, or else you're going to completely ruin the shoe and you're going to make it way worse than it already is. Would you ever rock Nike SB? Yeah, I honestly definitely would. I really wanted to get the Tiffany highs. I struck out on them, and you know, the rest is history. How do I get a restoration done by you? This is a question that I get in pretty much every single one of my videos. The link is in the description. I don't talk business in the comments section of YouTube. Hit me up on our Facebook. You can find the link in the description. Your top 5 favorite kicks that you own and don't own. So starting off with the kicks that I own, I'm gonna have to say the Air Max 90 Infrared, Air Jordan 3 True Blue, the Air Jordan 3 Cool Gray, the Iguana Roshi Run, and the Bread Air Jordan 13. Now, as far as shoes that I don't own, there's really nothing out there that I don't have that I really want, except for that New Balance Barbershop pack. I was unable to get it, and it is a pack that I definitely need to have in my collection. If you had to pick one shoe to keep out of your collection, what would it be? It's a toss-up between my Air Jordan True Blue 3s and my Air Max 90 Infrareds. Probably the True Blue 3s. Do you think that the Jordans 1 through 14 are the only good J's? If not, name your favorite numbers, and what do you think about the 29s? Like I said previously, I don't own a model higher than the 13. I don't think that they're the only good Jordan shoes. I think that the Jordan Team 1s that a lot of the YouTubers are getting to review that came in the Baron colorway are absolutely dope. And as far as the Air Jordan 29s go, like I said previously as well, I don't play basketball, so I'm probably not even going to be messing around with that shoe at all. It looks like it's going to perform really well, but I have no idea what to even look for when it comes to things like that. Where do you see the game in 10 to 20 years? I'm assuming you're talking about the sneaker game. I honestly see it kind of playing out, man. Kind of like Beanie Babies. I always come back to Beanie Babies for some reason. You guys remember when that was just the hot thing? Everybody was collecting Beanie Babies, and then all of a sudden, no one really cared about it. I'm pretty sure that the sneaker game is just going to do a complete circle. We'll go around, people are going crazy about it, and then we're going to get to where it was about, you know, 3 or 4 years ago, where it was, you could just walk into a Foot Locker and just get the pair of shoes that you want without any hassle, no fights, no killings, no anything like that. I can't say for sure, but we'll see how it goes. Is it true that all Australians walk around in t-shirts, shorts, and thongs? Before I answer the question, I gotta tell you guys that a thong in Australia is pretty much a sandal or a flip-flop. And no, they don't all walk around wearing shorts, t-shirts, and thongs. I mean, I don't even know how to answer that question, but the best way that I can say is that the average Australian is just like you and me. There's nothing different. The only thing different about them is the way that they talk, and that's because they have an accent. Who is the best custom maker in the sneaker community right now, in your opinion, and why? I'm gonna have to go with JBF Customs or Vic Almighty from Air Legends. That dude just put out a Yeezy Air Tech Challenge 2, and I'm not a big fan of the Yeezy colorway, but he absolutely killed it. And every single time that I see his work get posted on Instagram, no matter what it is, whether it be a restoration or a custom, I'm always wowed by his work. From what trustworthy website can I buy real shoes? Alright, go to the Nike Talk forums, not on Facebook, the actual website, and check out their legit list. They have about maybe 30 websites you can buy that are reliable, who sell real, authentic shoes. What is your email? I would like to know how much it would cost for a repaint. Hit the description box below and check out our Facebook. What do you do for money besides YouTube, and your favorite Jordan of all time? I don't make really any money on YouTube. Like I said previously, I work at a shipping facility, and my favorite shoe of all time, what did you say? My favorite Jordan of all time, sorry, would definitely have to be the Air Jordan True Blue 3. Any kicks that you haven't gotten to restore or customize yet that you wish you could? Not really, man. To be 100% honest with you, I don't go out looking for shoes that I can restore or customize. At this point in actually doing it, I have people coming to me. I wouldn't have even done the Shanghai custom if the customer didn't want that done. So when it comes to things like that, if someone comes to me with a custom or restoration that they want, that's usually when you see me uploading videos on them. What's a good way to start a YouTube channel on sneakers? Honestly, the only advice that I can give to you is to have a good quality camera, put out original content, and if you're not putting out original content, definitely be interesting. How many kicks do you own? I already answered that. Can you make a video on how to restore suede to its original color? If I knew how to do it, I would. I haven't had a project that required me to do that yet, so I have absolutely no experience in doing so. How long have you been restoring shoes, and what made you want to do this in the first place? Honestly, I've been restoring shoes for a little under 2 years, and I've been actually restoring shoes for a living for just over 1 year. What made me want to do it was Finest Gear NYC's old video of him actually restoring a pair of Fire Red 3s. I saw the video and I literally just said to myself, this is something that I could do. I went out, bought a pair of black cement 3s on Gumtree for about 70 bucks off of someone who just didn't really know what he had. And after my first attempt at doing it is when I realized that this is actually something that I could continue to do and actually probably make a little bit of money doing so. Is it better to restore icy soles still in contact with the shoe or not? It is definitely better to ice out the soles with the actual sole still in contact with the shoe, because if it's not and you got sole separation, you are going to do nothing but create more work for yourself. Most comfortable shoe of all time. I'm gonna have to go with the Roshe Run. I know it's a newer model shoe, but every single time that I put my feet in that shoe, it's like I'm walking on clouds. For those unlucky pairs that always get scuffs and scratches, do they always need more than a simple cleaning? It depends on which one you get. A scuff is definitely different to a scratch. Let's say you get a scuff on a pair of Air Jordan 11s on the patent leather. You can take some hand sanitizer and a rag, and usually you can just completely buff the actual scuff out. If you got scratches, it's definitely going to take a little bit more than just a regular cleaning. If it's on the midsole and you really want to take care of it, you're going to have to strip all the paint off and repaint it. But if it's something you can live with, then just let it be. Do sneakers cost more in Australia than the States? If yes, how different? The average retail price of a pair of shoes in Australia is $220. Are you interested in brands that are growing, such as Peak, Li Ning, or others? The only brand that I'm actually really looking forward to what they release is a brand called Slow and Low. It's actually a couple friends of mine. They only have 5-panel hats right now, but they definitely have a lot of good ideas planned out for the future. If they have a Facebook page, I will leave it down in the description below so you guys can check it out. Why don't you have your beard anymore? I explained it in an update video a couple months ago, but to put it short, the summers here in Sydney are extremely hot, and when I go to work, I'm pretty much sweating head to toe because there's no ventilation whatsoever, and that caused sweat to get into my beard, and it actually caused me to get so itchy underneath the hair that I would scratch the actual skin off. I know it sounds gross, but it happened. So I got home from work one day and I pretty much just said, fuck this. I got rid of the entire thing, and that's honestly what happened with my hair. A couple weeks ago, I came home from work and I was just so sick of actually having to comb it every single day that I just looked in the mirror and just took the buzzers to my hair, and that's why I look the way that I do now, like a piece of shit. Your thoughts on the 2015 release of the Air Max? I don't care, honestly. Those shoes are fucking hideous. Are you waiting for a pair of shoes? Yes, actually, I'm waiting for 2 pairs of shoes. I'm waiting for the Baron 9s and the Baron 1s. How can you paint the inside of a shoe? I'm assuming you're talking about the sock liner or the inside of the tongue. You just gotta be very careful. You gotta have to have a steady hand, and you're going to have something to actually lock down the tongue if that is indeed what you're painting. If you don't have those things, the tongue will come up, and you'll probably end up ruining the entire inside of the shoe. What's your most valuable sneaker? That depends on your definition of value. If you're talking about sentimental value, it is definitely the pair of True Blue 3s that I got married in. If it's the pair that I like the most, it's going to be my Air Max 90 Infrared. And if you're talking about, you know, resale value, probably the Bread 1s. I think that might be my most expensive shoe in my collection as far as resale value goes right now, but I'm probably not going to sell them anytime soon at all. So what can you do? What paint would you use if you were going to customize some Wolf Grey 5s into Burgundy 5s? If I can suggest anything, don't paint those shoes. It's not leather, and when you paint it, it's not going to come out with the finish that you're looking for. If I were to suggest anything, and this is very basic of me to say, I would leave the Wolf Grey 5s alone and actually go out and spend the money on an actual pair of Burgundy 5s. But if you absolutely have to customize your Wolf Grey 5s, definitely look into some fabric or suede dye before you actually look into painting the shoe. As for a color match, I'm pretty sure that Angelus puts out a burgundy color, so just check out their website, link in the description down below, and you should be able to find a burgundy color on there. What is your all-time favorite sneaker and why? The Air Max 90 Infrared. It is just a shoe that is timeless to me. I feel like you could literally wear it with anything. It's a very universal shoe. Doesn't matter if you wear it with pants, joggers, or shorts, it always looks good, and that is something that I can always appreciate. Why are you living in Sydney if you're from Boston? My wife lives here, and I lived in Boston pretty much my whole life, and I wanted to change the scenery pretty much, and now that I moved out here, I've said it before and I'll say it again, I was born and raised in Massachusetts, but I was definitely made in Sydney, Australia. I've never been more successful in my entire life as I have been since living out here. And the last question, what came first, your passion for sneakers or playing in a band? Definitely playing in a band. My passion for sneakers only popped up about 4 years ago, and I've been playing in bands since I was about 14 years old. So that's it, guys. That is my 5K Q&A. I hope I answered your questions to the best of my ability, and I really hope that you're happy with the answers that I gave. If not, really don't know what to tell you, but I can't thank you guys enough for bringing me to 5,000 subscribers. It's fucking awesome. You guys are fucking great. I am super fucking stoked on it, and I also want to say congratulations to the Kickstand on hitting 3,000 members. Everything is just so awesome right now, and I am looking forward to the next 5,000 if I get there. Thanks again for tuning in, guys. Peace.